Blue 58, go!
All right, so speaking of top running backs, whatever, them quarterbacks, running backs, who is your top wide receiver?
Once again, I'm somewhat biased, even though he's not on the team anymore. One of my favorite wide receivers to watch. And a lot of times I would draft players that I want to watch.
Here we go.
But every year, and with the exception of the year where he got hurt, has not failed me, Odell Beckham. I like taking Odell Beckham. And this year,
Okay.
I think he's going to improve on his numbers in that offense. He loves playing with Jarvis Landry. He's been playing with him or against him since high school. They have that chemistry going. They seem to have accepted who he is as a player.
I don't disagree. Like, he's going to be a top wide receiver. Not the number one wide receiver, but he is a top pick, top five.
And I accept the argument that people will put other receivers ahead of him. But because I'm an Odell Beckham fan, that gives him a little bit of an edge over those other top receivers because I want to watch him play. And the players that I draft usually are players that I'm going to watch the games from.
So, I can't go without saying Antonio Brown enough. Even though, like, all the foolishness, so I'm torn. I don't know what to do. Like, he's always been my target for number one. I would say the last 3 to 4 years, he's been my target for my number one pick. And this year, I can't say that I'm picking him number one. He's doing too much in training camp right now.
So
with the helmet,
he's your top wide receiver.
He still has to be there, and that's crazy.
I say that's utter nonsense.
He's there, but I'm not picking him.
No,
like you can pick him. I'm not gonna pick him.
Talent wise, yes, that dude is a beast. But we're not talking about talent. Who's your top wide receiver? Who will be your top receiver? Fantasy production.
Hopkins. If you ask me that question,
that's a good pick.
DeAndre Hopkins, number one, easy, done. He's my number one wide receiver. Number two, Julio Jones. He started to score touchdowns again last year. So as long as he continues scoring touchdowns, what are you gonna say? Is that what you gotta say? What?
Well, you gotta say remind people he started to score touchdowns again.
He had like 8.
This man had like 1 touchdown the other year. I don't know.
Yeah, it was something terrible. It was something ridiculous. He couldn't get.
And last year he didn't even have a touchdown to start off with, right?
No, he just took it like to
a few games.
Yeah, a couple of weeks in.
Yeah,
but I think he finished with 8, if I'm not mistaken. I looked it up a few days ago.
But he's still, receptions and the wide receiver position nowadays. It's so valuable. A lot of teams are going to a pass-happy offense, and you have some of these receivers that demand all the targets on the team. It's nice to have him, even if it's going to be small catches. But Julio Jones, not only does he get you catches, but he gets you yards. Mm-hmm. And even without touchdowns, he's still been top receiver.
Yeah, he doesn't have to score touchdowns to be a good wide receiver. That's why I like Julio Jones. He's still going to get you yards. Always going to get you yards. Hopkins, yards after the catch. Like and touchdown. He does both. That's
and
why
now you got Will Fuller back?
For now. Again.
Either way to help him. And Duke Johnson that, linebackers have to worry about. Like, safeties have to keep an eye on.
Jarvis Landry's going to be good. Like,
I think
because you have Odell there now, Jarvis Landry's always one of my top wide receivers.
But we're just talking top ones, though.
I still put him top.
You would draft Jarvis Landry first round.
Second round.
Oh, that's utter nonsense.
That's not nonsense.
You would never draft Jarvis Landry second round.
I draft Jarvis Landry all the time, and he does pretty He does pretty well for me.
People, stay away from Jarvis Landry second round.
Do not stay away from Jarvis Landry.
Fifth round, sixth round.
Oh, okay.
I promise you, he will still be there fifth.
He's not gonna be there sixth round. Come on, you tripping?
Notice he didn't say he won't be there fifth round.
He might. Barely.
He's
if he's there,
everything
he's not gonna be in the fifth round. You crazy?
Yes, he will.
He's not lasting past the fourth.
You're still talking about receivers like Devontae Adams.
He's going in the first.
You're still talking about people. I would draft Amari Cooper before Jarvis Landry.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Like, stop it.
Even with
Amari Cooper's career was over. Before he got traded to Dallas, his career was done. And I had him on my team last year. Trust me, I know. He was done. Cooper. I dropped him and traded him. He was putting up zeros. Go look at his stats. He was putting up nothing.
I would say one beast game that he had won me a pivotal game in that league. I turned off my ESPN app, and then all of a sudden, Amari Cooper decides to get another 150 yards and 2 more touchdowns.
Those games were outliers. Those games were not what you can expect.
How do you call them outliers when they happen multiple times?
those games, because like nobody game planned for Dallas to have Amari Cooper, so they weren't ready for it. They ready for it this year.
Okay,
I don't see
We'll see.
Amari Cooper doing it. He's
We'll
gonna go
see.
right back to he's the same player that was in Oakland
I was
with a
still
competent quarterback and was putting up zero,
Okay,
no catches.
we're gonna make this bet right here then.
zero.
I'm telling you, Amari Cooper has better numbers than Jarvis Landry next year.
we can bet that.
Oh, we just did.
You got Odell on the other side
just
taking
did.
away.
Jarvis
Jarvis
utter
Landry.
nonsense. We just did.
We did it because
We need to have
I'm
like,
right.
when somebody gets a bet, we need to have those a hat or something, or make him wear a shirt or something. But all right, but I mean, you still have so many
right here,
receivers.
man.
You're talking about Adam Thielen. You're talking about Stephon
had
Diggs.
him last year too.
I
Had
mean,
him last year too.
there's still
I
so
used
many
to run about 5
receivers that I'm like, I don't understand how you're saying Jarvis Landry is
He's
a
gonna be
second round
great.
pick for you.
I didn't say he was the second round,
Yes,
but
you
I'm
did.
saying if you take him in the second round, it's not the biggest like. It's better than taking
So-
Amari Cooper in the second
So you're
round. I
telling
guarantee
me
you
you're
that.
calling me crazy for taking Aaron Rodgers or
You are crazy for
Mahomes
taking
or
Aaron
somebody
Rodgers.
in the second round.
Not Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers.
But you're calling me crazy for taking Aaron Rodgers
You
or
crazy.
Drew Brees type player in the second round, but you're saying Jarvis Landry's okay? Like, what type of...
If we're talking about receivers, if we put this in a vacuum and we're talking about receivers that are there, if you take Jarvis Landry in the second round, it's not that bad. Don't listen to him. It's okay. Don't do
All
it,
right,
but don't do it.
We're going to be having interviews for new utter nonsense people here, because this is not going to cut it.
I like
This is
Jarvis
not going
Landry.
to cut it. I like Jarvis Landry too, don't get me wrong.
Don't sound like it.
All right, so what about bust?
Ooh, let's see. Wide receiver bust. Will Fuller. Since
Injury-wise.
you brought his name up 3 times.
Yeah, injury-wise,
Fuller.
like I think you have a point with that. I put Antonio Brown.
Nah, I don't see it. I just think some of this stuff that's going on with Antonio Brown, I want to chalk it up to just them being on Hard Knocks and they're trying to make storylines. I think the team has something to do with all this foolishness. He's never made all this noise in the offseason before, not like this. And I really believe that some of it is just they're trying to get ratings for Hard Knocks. So Gruden, even when you watch it, have you been watching Hard Knocks?
I have not.
You need to watch it.
I
Because
do.
like even Gruden, like some of the one-liners and the stuff he says, is he's saying stuff because he knows he's on TV and the cameras are watching.
Well,
Like it's not natural.
I was
Some
just
of a lot
having
of the
this
stuff that's
argument
going
with
on.
people. Like Odell Beckham, I follow him on social media and everything, and he's pretty normal compared to the Odell Beckham that you see in game and post interviews and all that post game interviews. He's a pretty normal player
Mhm.
on social media compared to what is presented to you. You could tell he does it because he knows he's on prime time, and that's the only reason. He just wants to be that diva. But Antonio Brown, some of the stuff that's been coming out this last 2 years has been really concerning for
It's
me,
been bad.
because I feel like that has to take effect on field as well. It's not just. It looks like he will carry this over to the game.
Yeah, it's something there. I don't know what's going on. What if it's actually them just trying to create storylines to get ratings for Hard Knocks, or if he just doesn't want to be in Oakland. But I don't know what is going on. There's something there, but it's still hard for me to say he's gonna be a bust. Like you should see this guy running routes. He's still fast on the blister feet.
Oh, I
Like-
agree. I think he's one of the top receivers in the league, but
He's
fantasy
not-
production.
I think
I don't think
you
that
can
it's gonna
take
be up
him
there.
anywhere he gonna produce. I don't see him being a bust. That's utter nonsense. You want to talk about me being
This dude
saying
still
utter
has
nonsense?
frostbite. Like,
And he's still running on him. That's what's crazy. Watch Hard Knocks. He's running on that, and he's still fast. He's faster than
all
me.
right, so what about bust?
Oh man,
You have up there?
another wide receiver. But I mean, this is not so much a bust. It could be a bust, depending on how you look at it. I look at it with the glass half full. I think you should just wait, sit on them. I told you this a few weeks ago. Sit on them, take them extremely late. Don't trust them. But AJ Green, if you can take AJ Green super, super, super late in your draft, if he's available, a lot of people are gonna stay away from him. I feel like if you can get him, he's a huge injury risk. He gets hurt every year. He gets hurt a lot.
He's already hurt.
But yeah, he already hurt this year.
But I would take him 8th round.
Wait on him at the end of the draft.
I would take him 8th round.
Yeah, like if you can
Like, I
get
think, because if he comes
AJ
back
Green.
healthy, I mean, that's big time production you can get. How do you feel about Gordon?
No,
No, staying away.
completely, 100%.
I don't. I haven't. I'm still undecided on that. I feel.
You said he was going back to New England. That's for sure.
Yeah, he was reinstated.
I know he's reinstated, but he's going back to New England.
So it looks like.
Yeah, I just stay away. I just stay away.
You know,
Now, don't even draft him at all. I wouldn't even put him on my team. He cannot stay in the league. And what's so troubling about this last time is we don't even know what happened. Like every other time, you know what triggered it, what happened. This last time, you don't know what happened. He just all of a sudden 1 week he was there, the next week he's out of the league and suspended
he is
again.
very,
So you know what
injury-prone.
happened,
Now,
but you don't know what happened. But you know what happened.
Here's, two players that I think are going to drop a little bit because people don't really give them the recognition that they deserve. And if they're drafted in the first, second round, they might end up being bust, partially because of injury and just certain off-field things as well with one of these players, and just the fact that they're not considered, those top-tier wide receiver. But talent-wise, I do believe they are. Mike Evans is one of them. Like, I think Mike Evans, if you can get him second round, like, that's safe. Don't draft him first round. Even you could probably get him in the third round as well. You could probably get him in the third round and be safe. But if your league drafts a lot of wide receivers, that's going to be a little tough. But Mike Evans, I really...
The only problem with Mike Evans is Jameis Winston. I mean, you put him with a decent quarterback, he's easily top 3-4 wide receiver in the league. It's Jameis Winston. Evans is going to go the way Winston goes. And you never know. That's kind of which way the wind is going. Like, because Winston can go out there and throw 5 interceptions, or he can throw 5 touchdowns and run for, or you can throw 3 and run for 2. Like, you don't know what Jameis Winston's going to do. He turns over the ball way too much, and he holds Mike Evans back from being like top tier, like first round pick. Because I'm with you, I wouldn't take him first round. Not after last year, because Evans, he was super high on everybody's draft board. No, he's super talented.
Is up there,
and he's super high on everybody's draft board. But it's
T.Y. is another one that I feel like he's gonna have a drop off from last year. I don't really see him performing at the same level.
It's hurt,
but I still think T.Y. is a safe.
No, if Andrew Luck is there, T.Y. Hilton is...
But people are going to reach for T.Y. because of what he did last year.
People always reach for T.Y., but it's based off of Andrew Luck. Like, but I agree with it. Like, if Andrew Luck is there, I don't see anything wrong with taking T.Y. Hilton in the late first round. Like, if Andrew Luck is healthy, which it doesn't look like he is. So
another wide receiver that we didn't even mention, top wide receivers, which I apologize to him right away.
Blasphemy. Who is it?
This is blasphemy right here. Thomas from New Orleans.
Oh, yeah. First round.
Let me just give a shout out to Thomas because that's a first round wide receiver right there.
Easy.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas is easy.
What do you think about Larry Fitzgerald?
They got a rookie quarterback late. I mean, super late in the draft. If you need a bench player,
but he performs though. He gives you those games where, hey, it might win you that week. He's a nice fill-in.
A bench player.
He's a nice fill-in.
That's why I said if you need a bench player for a fill-in week, he's good enough for that.
Juju Smith's another one that I'm kind of. I don't know how to feel about that. Like, I feel like Big Ben's gonna have a drop off.
Juju being the number one, he hasn't been a number one. He's been number two. He's been great as a number two, but he had Antonio Brown on the other side,
and
taking a lot
taking
a lot of attention from him. So with defenses keying on him, we'll see. He should still be good, but I don't know if he's gonna put up the numbers that people are expecting. It's kind of like Devontae Adams. Like, I didn't expect Devontae after everybody else left Green Bay. I didn't expect Devontae Adams to take
Jordan Nelson.
Yeah, Jordan Nelson. When he had Randall Cobb, I thought Randall Cobb was going to take a big leap forward, and he did.
I did too.
And
but I knew Devontae Adams was going to be a beast because he was the number one target. And I mean, if Aaron Rodgers knows how to do one thing.
So we'll see if Juju Smith-Schuster can do the same thing. If he can, I'll be impressed.
He can, though.
We'll see. We're going to have to see. But he is a good buzz kind of candidate.
Okay.